Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, I want to do a video today where I basically walk you through a load of ways you could help yourself play Raid Shadow Legends. We've got a whole ton of stuff which we've updated on the website, hellhades.com, which I'm going to take you through in this video, including how much damage does your champion do. All of that has been refreshed, updated. It's now dynamic, and some really cool dynamic guides have been updated, i.e., do you know how to beat Spider? Well, we're going to walk you through how to do that. Let me take you to hellhades.com. I'm actually going to start with the last point I just made there about the Spider Queen. This is the first piece of work which Nubraids has done actually on the website, which is super cool piece of work. Everyone, like the video and put a little comment down below if you like what you see here. So what we've got here is a dynamic guide, and we've had a few of these now which are available on the site. We're still updating a couple more, but if you come over Raid Shadow Legends and you look at Ice Golem Guide, you can see the old one because it's how to beat. In fact, I'll show you the old one first. This is how to beat the Fire Knight, written in 2021, and you've got like a couple of lines of text, a few different strats, and then my old video from back in the day. We then compare that to what we've now got in Scavag the Spider Queen Guide, and how our guides have changed over time. Basically, we get a blurb about what's going on. You then pump in what stage of spider you're trying to beat, and the guide will dynamically update depending on what you want to do. So let's say we want to beat spider, I don't know, 16. We load in the spider stats. So the spider has got 150 resistance, therefore you want 175 accuracy. It's telling you how to play the game. You can see his skills if you kind of want to just check out the skills. And then basically, Nubs has written up a guide for different elements of Spider, ranging from early game, mid game, late game, and then super late game. And with each of the different guides, you kind of go through and you understand what you need to bring, how you need to bring it, different elements of what you need to understand. It's detailed, and I would suggest if you want to really get good at this game, these are the sort of details you need to understand. Can it be soloed, etc.? And then basically we looked at the best champions for Spider according to the optimizer, and some of the best teams for the level that you're looking at. So if you were then to go up and say, well, I'm not on stage 16 anymore, I've progressed to Spider 10 hard, you'll see that the guide updates in terms of the information. It also updates in terms of the strategy and in terms of the champions that are used for the best stuff. So this is a really, really cool tool. And as I say, a bunch of our kind of like boss guides have already been updated to this level of detail, and we've still got a few more to do. So that's really cool. I guess whilst I'm looking at here, let's talk about the other thing that's been changed just today, actually, as I'm making this video. So if we look at any champion, let's bring out one of the mythical ones, actually. I'm trying to think of someone who I know is like high damage. So Siegfried here, you'll see we've got ratings and stuff like that. So these champion guys have been around for a while. We've updated them quite recently. Got overall rating at the top, and then you've got the kind of blurb about what the champion can do. We've got ratings in all the different areas of the game. For someone like a Siegfried here, you can also click into the other form and see what the ratings look like if you to switch form. You can see things like the skill breakdown, but then part of the new element here. In fact, I'll go through it. So book value, what does that mean to us? It means if you were to book this champion, how much value do you get from those books? I.e., do you really gain value out of those books in terms of the skill upgrades? And then you've got the book priority. So for this one, it's like, if I fully book my A2 and my A3, I might consider not booking anymore. That's kind of what it means. So if you do put books in, do you get good value? Yes or no? And then if I was to book these skills, I might stop putting any more books in. What this means. So anyway, one of the bits of work we've done is we've always had the multipliers in here. For a while, we've not had the kind of like damage ratings because it was just a bit out of date. The SAF's gone in and built out this kind of like new overview for damage. So you can see here for Siegfried, his Seraphic Wave, his A2, has got a rating of godlike. That means it's in like the top echelon of damage for any champion in the game for this type of ability. And if you hover over it now, it actually tells you where he sits in different areas of the game. So in Arena, the damage level he can do is sitting at like godlike, but number 277 out of all abilities in the game. Let's have a look at his Rage of Nephilim here. So his Rage of Nephilim for Arena is actually sitting as number 6 out of all champions in the game for damage. Damn, I actually want that breakdown now of 1 to 10. Not all champions, all abilities. So if you've got one champion that's got like 2 godlike abilities, 1 and 2, that's just what they are. Let's check out Taras. Where does Taras sit on here? I'm interested now. What Saf's done with these different formulas, he's made some assumptions based on situation. Yeah, so someone like a Taras does more damage for buffs. In Arena, for example, he's assumed that you've got a buff-heavy team to make this work. So what's he got going on here? Constant pressure in the Arena, number 94. So, I mean, according to these ratings, he's not number 1. He's not number 1 according to this, but I guess with someone like a Taras, it's the situational stuff that makes him an absolute god. Yeah, maybe someone like a Baron who just ignores all defense. It's got me excited now. It's got me excited to just see how this is working. There's a whole bunch of different like formulas that Saf has to put into this to make it relevant. So even he's like a number 59 on Sky Piercer move. So anyway, all of that's been updated. You'll be able to kind of like find out now exactly where your kind of like damage numbers sit compared to other champions in the game, and you know whether it's kind of like a weak, average, strong, or godlike ability. Really does help if you're deciding whether you're going to put someone like full crit damage and stuff like that, full crit rate, sorry, and build them out for crits. Other things which you should know about the website, I'd say. So there's a ton of stuff for a new player. We've got tons of guides, okay? Absolutely tons. Who should I 60? Articles about that. New starter things, new player link generators, promo codes, all the missions. All of this stuff is in there, including now the Marius missions in full. You can get all of that from the website. One of the coolest areas, I'd say, is the Raid Stages tool. Cool? I don't know if that's the right word. Geeky areas, but geeky's cool in some instances, right? You can come in and just be like, okay, Hydra, rotation 4, hard. What stats does the enemy have? Yeah, so this is the starting set of heads, and then these are the heads that could pop up. So, you know, how much accuracy do they have? Therefore, how much resistance do I need? And how much resistance do they have? Therefore, how much accuracy do I need? That's one of the biggest, most important stats. What sort of speed are the different heads running at? What sort of defense have they got? All of these things are important to know how to build your champions to be able to conquer the different elements. You can also see what the reward structure would be like. Hydra's not a good example for that. But something like Clan Boss, you could be like, okay, Clan Boss, Ultra Nightmare. That's also not a good example. What's going on with the rewards, Saf? Saf, sort the rewards out, mate. Something's gone wrong. Let me have a look at something like Dragon, Normal, 17. Yeah, here he goes. That's what I was expecting to see. A kind of breakdown of the mixture of rewards that you could get. But other things that's worth looking at on here. So we've got detailed Hydra guides, detailed Cursed City guides, including like a full Amius boss guide, similar to what I showed there. This one that Saf wrote out, similar to what I showed for the Spider guide. We do have access to the Raid Optimizer. This is how you optimize your gear. I'm not going to go into the optimizer in full in this video. I'll link another video down below. But the optimizer is basically going to enable you to build your champions as effectively as you can. Find your high speed items. Find your best damage gear. Find your most tanky gear. Find your best savage set that you could put on someone. Like all of that is possible in the optimizer. And it's also available for mobile users as well now. So the optimizer is massive. We have, on average, nearly 8,000 people per day using the optimizer. So it's pretty nuts. There's a whole sort of stuff around tier list, champion tier list, blessings tier list, gear tier list, anything you can imagine. And if you're just like interested in general areas of the game, you could come into articles and you can literally search for anything. So if you were just kind of thinking, oh, what, you know, I don't know, summon events. I don't know if it's going to be a good search term or not. Summon events, bam, bazillion of them. Yeah, like, or if you wanted to know something about, it actually shows you've got different game modes here as well. But if you wanted to know about, I don't know, Hydra, any articles we've got written about Hydra in particular, some of them will be about champions for Hydra, or it could even be that they've been mentioned for Hydra in an article, whatever, it will be there. So tons of stuff on the website. We've literally got like something like 3,000 individual pages and I guess the last thing just to call out, if you are looking for a raid takeover, I don't do these personally, but we've got a takeover team that would be available. You can come in and check out all the details of that on the site as well. So loads here. Make sure you kind of come fill your boots. I'll put a link to hellhades.com down below. And I just want to say, you know, thanks to the full team that do all the work in the background here. There's so many people that support the site in terms of the content that we're putting out. And it is big brains of this game. Anyway, I've been Hell Hades. I'll see you soon.